less than you thought you would. You call that news, you think that's good. Your phase one trial was misunderstood. Honey, that's a story for the neighborhood. You put a single coin inside a digital vault. Now you're looking at me like it's all my fault. Ha! You must be new to this game, 'cause every time the ending is the same. Go on and fly, baby, reach for the stars. Go tell your story in a million bars. But there's a force down here you just can't deny. No, you can't escape it, so don't you even try. Oh, gravity,
pulling you down.
oh, gravity.
Back to the solid ground.
You can pump it on the rumors, you can pump it on the hype, but you can't escape the law. You're just not the type. Everything that flies that high, yeah, it's gotta come down. All the believers, they're holding on tight, staring at the green with all of their might. The chart looks like a supernova in the sky, a beautiful explosion, but we all know why. It's the final flash before it fades to black. A one-way ticket and there's no coming back. No, don't lie, baby, put on a show. Go on and glow, baby, everybody knows that there's a force down here you just can't deny. No, you can't escape it, so wave it all goodbye. Oh, gravity,
Pulling you down.
oh, gravity.
Back to the solid ground.
You can pump it on the rumors, you can pump it on the hype, but you can't escape the law. You're just not the type. Everything that flies that high, yeah, it's gotta come down. Now you can call it physics, you can call it fate, you can call it the market, setting things straight. But I just call it common sense, a universal truth. From a 100-year-old man to a kid in his youth. What goes up is coming back down, so let's get it now. Gravity,
Pulling you down.
sing it, gravity.
Back to the solid ground.
You can pump it on the rumors, you can pump it on the hype, but you can't escape the law. You're just not the type. Everything that flies that high, yeah, it's gotta come down. Now you can call it physics, you can call it fate, you can call it the market, setting things straight. But I just call it common sense, a universal truth. From a 100-year-old man to a kid in his youth. What goes up is coming back down, so let's get it now. Gravity,
Pulling you down.
sing it, gravity.
Back to the solid ground.
You can pump it on the rumors, you can pump it on the hype, but you can't escape the law. You're just not the type. Everything that flies that high, yeah, it's gotta come down. What goes up?
Must come down.
Yeah, what goes up?
Must come down.
Oh, I feel it pulling down, 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 down. Oh, that sweet, sweet gravity.
Alright, place your bets, folks. I already know my hand. They're going all in on a pocket full of air, a flashy press release and a wing and a prayer. Think they got a royal flush, a can't miss thing, pushing that stock up, listen to the choir sing. But I'm on my second beer, ain't even worried none. This high stakes gamble's already been won. Go on and push your chips, I kinda love the show. Higher and higher, baby, let the good times roll. But every party's got an end, and when the music's thin, that's when they all realize the trouble they're in. They can be the masters of the moonshot trip, but I'm the one and only, yeah, the king of the dip. When the chart turns south and starts to slip and slide, that's when I hop on board and I enjoy the ride. Watch it go low, now that's my kind of show. Everybody's scared of seeing red on the screen. To me that color's the prettiest I've ever seen. 'Cause I don't need a rocket, I don't need a peak. My a company that's looking weak. The lower that it goes, the bigger that I grin, watching all my pretty little winnings rolling in. Go on and cheer it on, I wanna see the height. Yeah, light it up, baby, make it burn real bright. Cause the brighter that it burns, the faster it'll fade. And that's the foundation of the trades I've made. They can be the masters of the moonshot trip, but I'm the one and only, yeah, the king of the dip. When the chart turns south, it starts to slip and slide. That's when I hop on board and I enjoy the ride. Watch it go low, now that's my kind of show. It ain't about the glory, it ain't about the fame. It's about knowing the rules to a different kind of game. While they're all looking up, my eyes are looking down. Cause that's where the real treasure in this town is found. They can be the masters of the moonshot trip, but I'm the one and only, yeah, the king of the dip. When the chart turns south, it starts to slip and slide. That's when I hop on board and I enjoy the ride. King of the dip, yeah, they can have the peak. I'll take the valley every time.
Alright fellas, you know the steps. Ha, let's get it. 6 a.m. the coffee's hot and brewing. Scanner's light is cutting through the ruin. Found the one, that diamond in the rough. What's on the crypto treasury? Ain't that funny stuff? They're buying in, they think they struck some gold. About to watch the greatest story ever sold. The volume's pumping so loud and clear, but I hear a different rhythm in my ear. And oh, I see it climbing, what a scene. 1,000 buyers glued up to the screen. But I ain't sweating, nah, I'm cool and calm. Cause the DJ's about to play my favorite song. They do the chase, I do the fade away funk. Oh yeah, betting on that garbage, that beautiful junk. Let 'em run it up, up, up to the sun. I'll be waiting at the top just to have my fun. Dancing on the way back down till the day is done. The fade away funk. The FOMO's kick and see 'em lose their heads. Believe in every single word that's said. Our earnings call a wild success. It just means the company's a slightly smaller mess. I found my entry clean and so precise. Don't have to think it over, don't have to check it twice. Cause I've seen this movie, baby, and I know the end. Here comes the final scene, my friend. Oh, I see you topping out, what a view. The panic setting in for the whole darn crew. But I ain't selling, baby, I'm just getting warm. Cause this is just the quiet before the storm. They do the chase, I do the fade away funk. Oh yeah, betting on that garbage, that beautiful junk. Let 'em run it up, up, up to the sun. I'll be waiting at the top just to have my fun. Dancing on the way back down till the day is done. Some people call it gamble, say it's just a guess. But this ain't random, baby, this is chess. It's a rhythm, it's a beat that I can feel. The pump is the illusion, but the fade is real. They do the chase, I do the fade away funk. Come on, betting on that garbage, that beautiful junk. Let 'em run it up, up, up to the sun. I'll be waiting at the top just to have my fun. Dancing on the way back down till the day is done. Oh, the fade away, funky bassline and how much come down, now down. Yeah, that's the one, just like that. The fade away funk.
Good morning, green team. Drinking out of this Vision coffee mug this morning. It says it's kind of fun to do the impossible. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. So As traders, what we're optimists, sometimes hopeless optimists, but always have that vision and envision the impossible and pursue it. What you picturize, you actualize. This is proven factual. What we focus on, we tend to gravitate to. Our minds, from listening to some psychologists out there, like our minds can't even differentiate reality versus fiction in a sense as far as what we focus on goes. If we focus on something to the nth degree, we will get some kind of success from it if you're always pursuing it. Maybe not the success that you're so desperately wanting. Green trade every single trade, but we'll have it to some degree. All right, traders. So this morning's watch list fairly light, but we do have a lot of plays to go over and look at this morning. There a lot of gainers from the last few days are still holding up their percent gain, so there's going to be opportunity. And again, that's what we look for. Last week was a really solid week here. Yesterday was a baby green day. I got like one clean move, and that was it. I know EVMN put in a really nice power hour move yesterday. We can take a look at that. And so that's on the watch list this morning. My watch list goes out on Trade the Pools X account and also their Discord. So if you guys want to get that every day, just make sure you follow them on X and Discord, the watch list. But I'll go over here real quick with you guys. Let's head over to the war room. All right, we got EVMN, which did that power hour move. It's not surprising because EVMN, really, it bounced right off the clean daily levels. Again, we always look left, traders look left of the chart. And what we're going to find is that lower shadow yesterday that formed right on that 22, 23 level. That was a ceiling and then became the level of support. So volume did come back into this name. Didn't quite do a red to green move, but she's likely in play today. Again, that was positive phase 2, which does normally bring in hype. Is the drug effective? It certainly had some positive news on EVMN, and they recently IPO'd right in November, so not a lot of historical data there. SMX is resurging back to life. I want to make sure we talk about this one too. SMX. I'm going to run through kind of quick through the watch list, and then I'll focus more narrowly on it. I like to start wide and work my way in, so you guys can throw this watch list down too. So we'll have EVMN, then SMX, of course. We have HURA, HURA yesterday, which squeezed out shorts and is still holding its gains. This is up from 40 cents to $1.50. That's going to be in play today as well. Lemon giving it up finally. So Lemon, we could look for a short. Yesterday we were looking for the short. It ended up being a really good one. She's been fading. Look, give a little bit of a exit there in after hours for some longs that they were able to take it off, but working its way back towards $1. Now, bid price rule suggests what? For them to remain compliant, they got to hold $1 for several months consecutively. And so LIMN headed back down there. We'll see if it can hold, but looking real bearish. QNCX, little dead cat bounce. QNCX, little dead cat bounce. That's that play yesterday. Woo, 12 cents up to $1.03. Again, the bid price rule there is going to be significant too, but it did sell off. This play sold off from $3 in February down towards 12 cents the other day. QNCX. Hey, fellow Roblox player in the building. Crow. Been doing any raids lately? Doug in the house. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. It's, again, the watch list as far as gappers go. Well, let's take a look. I mean, our leading gappers, RENX, which is up 100%, but this thing's a 20-cent play. I can't, not going to be trading that one likely. KIDZ as well. So KIDZ, RENX, those are the leading gappers. Really not much to them. I mean, if you're looking for little hyper scalping little pennies, right? I'd much prefer something like a QNCX or a HURA that are up from 12 to 70. That's like many hundreds of percent certainly good opportunity on those names. Soon is one, SUNE. She's waking up. Soon, SUNE, energy play here. Soon energy. Okay, so again, the traders go back to the well in which they drank days ago if there's really not much to look at this morning, and that's what we're seeing in small cap land. So 175 is going to be a key level here to make sure you're eyeballing on SUNE. We got Carlos and Josh in the building. What's going on, guys? Good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, Josh, it's scraping over here for some plays, but I think traders are going to go back to some of these plays, like the BRLS that you were watching yesterday. That ended up making a power hour move, and now she's holding some levels. CCHH looks fadey. Getting hit on every pop. SMX looks suspicious. I think there could be something here, Josh. The previous close 16s holding. It had a good kind of like a dead cat bounce ish kind of play after hitting 400. A couple months ago, and then it turned into a hangover, then a morning spike yesterday, and now it's kind of slowly gearing up again. So SMX, keep on watch, and then Hura, this one is holding up all levels. HURA. I mean, it had euphoria and now holding previous close too. Previous close is really key for me. And JZXN, Josh, let's see. JZXN, there's going to be a play here today. I still like this setup. Again, in small cap land, it's about the mob shift. So where's the mob going to be at? Josh goes over that a lot. And if the mob is going to be on like the SUNE, SUNE, which is popping up towards this after hours high, we'll see. SUNE is getting a little hypey this morning, SUNE. So let's monitor the price action there. But again, if SUNE gets the hype, that's energy play. Let's see if like JZXN can give it up a bit today. Again, Chinese, heavily manipulated. We called this live on Trade the Pool stream yesterday, like just to the absolute T. I traded this crack on it yesterday, and that was it. I just traded that crack, but I knew it was going to be a manipulated ticker. And so I was hands off. I really was hands off. When you do this for so long, I could easily tell that this was going to happen. Now, we had a guy in the Green Team Discord, Mr. Barron, who traded this real well. He actually shorted this crack, and then he bought it too, trading real objectively. I like that. Just knowing it's going to be a highly manipulated ticker, and so you just take both sides of it. I love that. Love that. So just reacted to really the failed yesterday. It was the failed third test that I couldn't quite break, and then it snapped, and then hyper scalped that. So I've been doing really well, guys, at just waiting for those honestly kind of perfect entries. I mean, I haven't had a last. I can't. I don't want to jinx it. I've been doing fairly well though. So I'm gonna stick with kind of just laser focusing on good setups moving into today, and taking like decent size on like just A plus setups, and then moving along to the next one. It's like a ride or ride out kind of ideology there. I think FGL traders, there could be something here. I mean, this is highly illiquid, but FGL, look at this yesterday. It was a reverse split. Ended up kind of squeezing out some shorts midday because there was nothing going on. I could see this one. It's sitting probably right around its like reverse split level right now, but I could see it panicking today, maybe a halt down kind of thing. FIO still kind of heavy. FIO on the phase one, not much there. And then, but I mean, we're all over these plays. I think honestly, I like a lot of these for the fade. So like the sprinkle theory could potentially work. BRLS, the magic 20, it hit already, 220. JZXN, if volume goes elsewhere, it looks to me like this is a fader. If volume goes elsewhere. Now, again, highly manipulated name if volume sticks around. LIMN looks like it's headed for the dollar. Again, LIMN's got some settlement going on where they're in trouble. It looks like from the whatever PRs they got. So we can monitor that. And then if you guys are really into pennies, you got KIDZ and KIDZ and RENX. ELAB, I didn't really go over this one. It's a gapper this morning, but it looks heavy too. Magic 20 there is holding up, 220. That one doesn't have a ton of room to really fade on it. Manuel in the building. Good morning. Manuel's been killing it. Saw those profits in the Discord. Manuel's been killing it. Man, I don't know what's going on over at X. Something happened, and I'm not getting. Yesterday it happened on TTP stream too. I need to ask them if they resolved it. Like, there's no viewers on X right now. Something happened. And that's where we were getting like 60, 70, 80 people tuning in. I tried to mess with it. Something's going on. It's not sending it over there for some reason. All right. Kelly B coming back to life. Let's take a look. Oh, tuna, illiquid. Caught me a couple orders going through. Kelly B was on pre-market. It wouldn't surprise. Look, it really wouldn't surprise me, tuna, if I think traders are getting eager because really the last few days, like after Kelly B, it's been crickets. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if volume started jumping in there, and I'd be ready for it. Kelly B has been on my watch list. I did take it off, but yeah, let us. Now that you mentioned it, I'll throw it back on the watch list just so if volume does start jumping in there, that could be highly volatile. Volatility creates that range. Range creates that money. So let's see what the market gods are going to provide us today, guys. You know, I'm not really looking at any. I think we got a decent watch list here, but everything's quiet. I'm certain one of these is going to be either seeing profit taking or get some momentum behind it. So I'm just going to be flipping through, and we're not missing anything. We just need to see where volume's going to go. Don't be too eager to jump into any of these plays. Wow, PRFX. Okay. What time was that? That was at 8:30. That's right when I was compiling my watch list. Okay. 8:30 PRFX got a big old spike and fade. Gave it all back. Yeah, and since then all the volume's really gone on SUNE. Really just SUNE. JZXN, I feel manipulation today too, Carlos. Yeah, perhaps. It looks good against some of these levels, like 2.6. Previous close is 2.59, 2.58. I like the short against those levels, but again, like you're saying, if volume could manipulate this name again, especially since there's nothing really up this morning. I want to see what they do with it at the bell. Because no volume there, we could see this thing back towards 2 and under. Fades will be here within 30 minutes. He messaged me. So just an FYI on that. Yeah, you know it's kind of slow. Yeah, Josh popped in here too, and he said it's just I like to look at the 5-10 day chart anyways. Like for instance, this is a 10-day chart. I like to review the last week of tickers on it because you really get a sense of okay, what's holding up, what's fading. But today definitely is less of a like pre-market scanner and more of okay, what previous runner is going to regain that hype and attention. But let me know what you guys are looking at this morning. Something I guarantee you. I can't guarantee you anything, but something's going to get to popping. All right. I'm just messaging the team, seeing if they know what's going on with EV Monks. We're missing the X squad over here. Okay. Couple minutes till the market opens on up, guys. Let's know what you're looking at. QNRX on the ride to 3. QNRX. Let's take it. Oh, you're like a short swing here? You know, short swing. All right, KIDZ, ELAB, not much going on there. QNC. Oh, QNCX, is that what you're referencing? QNRX didn't have any volume on it. QNCX, yeah, I mean, look, $1 is going to be tough there via bid price rule. Let's see. I mean, this thing is up a ton percentage wise. QNCX from 12 cents, like what, 600-700% yesterday. All right, 30 seconds, guys. I'm just going to be monitoring the scans and flipping through these tickers, and then of course you guys let us know too. SUNE climbing up towards 2. 2 might be a magnet. SUNE. Yeah, Soon's chart. Look at the high or low there, 1.5. I mean, Soon's not bad. Energy play. Soon Energy to deploy residential solar projects through Palmetto's Light Reach plan. So they had a little bit of news there. SUNE. That 1.7's a good risk level on the long side. SUNE. And look at morning spike. She goes up towards 2. Yeah, not surprising. 2 probably gonna break up through on SUNE. Woohoo, up through 2. Let's see what the magic 220 is going to do. Man, called this. Need to trade these calls. All right, let's see. Yeah, Soon is getting a lot of the hype and attention this morning, guys. SUNE, QNCX heading down. QNCX, gotcha. All right, Hura's showing a little signs of weakness. Soon still holding 2 right now. I'm monitoring the price action there. SMX gearing up. DBGI halted down. This looks like a bleeder the last few days. Yeah, the little penny plays are struggling. ELAB might be given a short entry. ELAB popping up might be given a little short entry against like some of the 245 level. Okay, they said resyncing. Okay, let me give me 1 second, guys. I'm man. I have to like resync to X, but I can't figure that out right now. Hura selling off to 1.3s. Hura looks heavy, guys. Hura looks heavy. Soon up through 220. SUNE up through 220. 223, 224. We need to see some levels on SUNE, get an idea where this thing can go. I mean, this is supply zone, it looks like, from at least that chart. SUNE making the move, making the moves right now. So where all eyes are. AEHR. Oh, yeah, AEHR. Oh. AHR is announced a key strategic win with an initial production purchase order of Sonoma Systems. Okay. AHR, yeah. Soon pulling back a little bit off of that 2-3 it just hit. Let's see if the dip's bought there. AHR higher. AHR higher. Okay, getting a little action this morning. I like it. I like what we see. We're going to look left on AHR2 to get an idea of where she can run. Oh my God, I'm seeing 261, Doug, on DBGI, but it's DBGI. Is it tradable on TTP for you? I'm not seeing it as tradable. AEHR higher, higher she goes. AEHR. See what 37 is going to do on it. This thing is straight up right now. AEHR. AEHR. What's the float on this thing? 28 million. Okay, 28 million is not the tiniest. So it's gonna be hard to sustain just a straight up move. But likely we'll see some kind of a healthy ish pullback. All right, we are looking left. I'm seeing 38, 940, like that range up towards 40. Kind of close to 40s, the range I'm seeing on the AHR. And then support or resistance is going to be right here in this 36 range. 34. Okay, AHR. Man, this is a tempting name to like slow scale, but I'm just monitoring the price action. Yeah, DBGI not tradable. I'm seeing even 314 now on it. Dang it. Not tradable though. RDCM straight down to into a halt. FYI, it's that's on bad earnings. It looks like so. RDCM, we can monitor that too and see if that's tradable. TTP. All right, ELAB kind of heavy. I think QNCX look, this thing's got to hold 50 cents. QNCX, this is up a lot. QNCX has got range. STEM is doing a little curl, testing some pre-market resistance. Hura is still heavy. Hura against even 1.5 now is real good. 1.5 is the level on HURA I'd be monitoring. SUNE is still holding up right now, guys. SUNE is still holding up, getting bought up on those dips. $2. SMX put in a little spike and reject. Spike and reject on SMX. And EVMN, the phase 2 news yesterday. Look, that's in a bear flag right now. Light volume on it, but a snap and kind of sideways action on it right now. All right, RDCM, I'm seeing a $9 open price there. I'm going to see if that's tradable real quick. It is. RDCM's tradable. All right. FIO tick. Let's take a look at FIO. FIPHIO. Yeah, FIO given a level. Look, that 125 level is important on it. Very important, the 125. Try to break up through, and then now even the 120. I'm not too eager on a short there. It's not up enough, like 80 cents. It started its move with the phase 1. There's some key support areas all the way down to the previous close 112. I'm not bullish on it either, but it's just it doesn't look like enough meat. JZXN bleeding. JZXN bleeding off 2.5s that level to be monitoring. AHR right now. Look, that thing, they came out with, they received initial order from the data center customer. So next generation AI ASIC processors. AI is just taking off right now, guys. I don't know if there was this report that was written. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday by somebody who works in this space that said, look, 2 year, like every year of progression in the AI space is like, it, it's like 100 years essentially of um is how far it just progresses within a short time span. They were saying, look, be aware. Essentially, the world we're going to look at within the next year or two is going to be a lot different. Things are going to be changing real quickly here. As in, I mean, they were projecting like a conservative number of like 50% of jobs are going to get are going to be taken over. So this is going to be a whole new world. I think I know a song. Hura still heavy. 1.5, guys. That level on Hura 1.5. This thing has so much room to bleed. Hura, and it's not getting any love. I really like this chart. Look, let's see if there's any kind of pop on Hura, and I'd like to get involved there. 1.5, the level. All right, soon is seeing a little bit of heaviness off of the 2.3s it put in. SMX still selling off. SMX. Okay, clear risk guide there now. 16.4s. SMX. RDCM opened up. A little spready on RDCM. Carlos still watching MNTN. AEHR, there's still good range here. Here's the 5-minute on AEHR. Again, good news. Up 9 points off the close. Hitting some resistance levels. So AEHR, if it can hold 36, 40 is like the next level I'm seeing on it. But right now it's seeing a little bit of profit taking after that move. I am interested on that name. QNCX still gearing up for an attempt. Looks like. Are we gonna squeeze out shorts again round 2? QNCX. QNCX gearing up. 75 cents. Yesterday, this thing did not want to give up, and today, still hanging in there. Quince Therapeutics. Yeah, Hura's heavy, guys. This one I might be involving myself with. Okay. Under this previous close looks good. Any pop here, I'm gonna probably take against 1.5 on HURA. Just an FYI. Sunation Energy. It feels a little tricky. Look at these lower shadows. So buyers are stepping in there a little bit. It's not hasn't given up quite yet. It is where all the volume is, so it's not going to be the easiest names likely to trade. FGL as predicted. Yeah, this one's just bled. Could see that one going down to a halt down. FIO holding the 120s. And EVMN and that bear flag now bleeding off. Such light volume on this thing, though. Yeah, RDCM, Doug, you said be careful. Good call on that one because she opened out of that halt and up she goes. This is the 50% reclaim, though, on it. So it's not a bad entry on a short. I'm going to take a short on RDCM. This 50% reclaim. Pretty much up towards like 12.5 would be the stop. See what it can do here. I like trading the 50% reclaims though. It's real thinly traded, but let's see if on this little bounce, it's not really a bad thing here. See if it can 12.5 can hold up RDCM. I just took it at 11.6. And then I'm going to set the stop and take a look at some of the other plays. All right, let's take a look at what was it? SUNE is still hanging in there, and Hura's giving a pop for a short. I was trying to hold the previous close. Man, I like this chart a lot. But look, if it holds that previous close, it's going to be. It may consolidate, go sideways, and hold these levels. Previous close is that's a very important indicator. I use it very, very often. SMX is bled. FGL bleeding. SMX has a lot of resistance levels overhead now. Let's take a look, scans, and see if anything's making a move. Man, after that Kelly B move, TCGL, it's just been like scraping around for pennies here lately. CCHH. All right, she's waking up a little bit. Yeah, soon may be that play, Tuna. It's just it has all the volume. So I mean, this is going to be essentially the JZXN. Look, third test, similar to JZXN yesterday, third test and getting rejected kind of hard. Yesterday, JZXN did the same thing, that third test, and rejected and snapped and fell. But of course, it was tricky name all day. But Soon's got all that hype and attention. So, I mean, she's likely going to be a tricky name too. All right. Yeah, Soon with the third test rejected. AEHR still interesting too. AEHR, that one's holding up 35 right now. Guys, this is CCHH up through the highs on the day. A lot of pre-market resistance, but a pretty looking pattern. CCHH, kind of ABCD-ish. The lower high there, 1.5s breaking through. CCHH again. This one's on the dead cat bounce. This happened. Look, this looks like some investigation went on. I think that's what it was. CCHH. I mean, don't quote me on that. Let me take a look. I'm curious now. They did an offering in October. I see the halts, but I don't see the news. Looks like some investigation or whatnot went on there. SUNE may go for high day. Let's take a look at SUNE again. It is hanging out. SUNE is hanging out here. AHR Charlie. Yeah, hey Charlie, I get your message on the YouTube by the way. I have a guy I messaged a guy who trades over there who's taken payouts and funded it and whatnot over at Oceans. He's gonna respond to you. Just FYI. I sent him your comment. He's gonna respond to it. AHR, we'll be looking to short it. Breaks 35. Yeah, I like this one, AHR. I like it. It's really that this line that it just wasn't able to hold on to. It's now forming a little bit of that upper wick, little upper shadow there. E-Lab's been heavy off of 2.2. QNCX pulling back. SUNE through the highs. I mean, there's nothing else to look at, guys. There's nothing. There's no volume. AEHR and pretty much, FIO's holding the 1.2s. SUNE, rocket ship, put your space boots on. Let's take a look at the short interest on SUNE. I'm gonna go to FinViz and take a look at SUNE's short interest. SUNE Energy. 2.9, not much. Not too much. AHR headed for that 35 level. Charlie, so right through 35 now. And SUNE up through the 2.3s. All right. Then I see CCHH. I see CHH. CCHH 1.8 is going to be tough there. If volume dies out here, yeah, CCHH could see a little sell off. See what the trend's going to be down towards like 125, 130. KIDZ has been dying on off. PRCH, Preach has been a bleeder. Good. Don't oversize in this market, guys, right now. Hura, the idea's been right there. Hura, HURA on the pop and rejected hard off of that still. So HURA still a really good candidate for a short. I mean, it's just there's so many signs of this being heavy and staying heavy. I like it. I do's I likes it. And then SUNE, let's see if it's going to hold that break again, because you guys know the market sentiment out here in small cap penny land. It's just been bearish the last week. So let's see overall if this is going to hold. To me, it seems like a supply area. Could be, but we'll see. Floats 3 milli, 3 milli, 29 million shares traded, so not going to be the easiest. Did you guys see that CME Group is bringing they're trying to bring futures to individual stocks? Of course, so you can trade with huge leverage and no PDT and all that good stuff. DBGI, what's the story on DBGI? I'm getting tongue tied too. DBGI, why is this one panicking on down? It's just retail plays. Apparently, they're trading lower overall, with President Trump posted on social media that U.S. imports for 8 NATO members will face escalating tariffs. Okay, so it's just maybe a tariff play for a retail name. Sorry. AHR sitting around that 35, Charlie. SUNE still hanging out here. A lot of liquidity on SUNE. I'm pretty much waiting for that in RENX. RENX, that was one of the plays this morning. What is she still holding on? Yeah, RENX. So KIDZ sold off KIDZ, and then RENX has been the gainer. Halts have been slow. Yeah, I've been eyeballing it too, Doug. I think patience. Yeah, Charlie's on it. Patience pays. Patience pays. That's really been the theme. Because I'll tell you guys, I know I've repeated this a few times, but it's worth repeating. Like the traders that go from the Kelly B, the TCGL, the LPW, that's just halt, up forever, and then they apply that same trade into this week, they're getting wrecked because they're oversizing like 7-2 offsuit hands. These hands are not worth sizing. They're not worth trading, but that's what differentiates the best traders from the worst. Of course, we want action, but I think you guys would agree. I think you mentioned it too, Doug, this morning in the Discord in the educational video section, how more trades does not equate to more money. Usually less money, right? It's the fewer trades tends to lead to more money. It's like a inverse correlation with how we think about it. Smiles for y'all, of course. Anytime, any questions, ask away. Yeah, I asked. So X, we normally have like 80 people or so over there watching, and it's not connecting for some reason today. But I asked the team, and they said that you got to like disconnect and reconnect. So that's aggravating. I can't do that live, so they're just gonna have to hop over here if they want to watch. I'd have to end the stream. SUNE, I really want to see if this is going to hold. This is the patience we talk about, where we would just like if longs get trapped up here, shorts may like I'm not saying a bias. I'm just speaking what I want to see before I enter the trade. If longs get trapped and we see a flush on this bull flag breakout and it cannot sustain and hold, that's when I'll be jumping in short. But until then, I'm just watching. I'm watching SUNE and waiting. A8 and then AHR, of course, there's good volume on that. HURA, this has been a good call. I mean, hindsight, should have traded it, but HURA, still probably some room down. AHR just slowly kind of bleeding back towards the VWAP right now. My only trade so far has been on this RDCM, which is literally has done nothing since I took the short on this 50% reclaim. So I'm just kicking back in that. which is going to be a liquidity crisis here. I may end up just having to cut red on it if it stabilizes right there. We'll see. It's got a little spread on it. Emmanuel, yeah, you got some money though. It's good. Got some money. Good work in this market. There's been a couple really nice plays. I think SMX was really good when it cracked this previous close, and then HURA for me. Those have been the more predictable plays, but outside of that, didn't take them. Really just watching and waiting right now. Would you trade, Emmanuel? Yeah, don't good eye on not being pushy. FIO's climbing higher, guys. FIO waking up from the dead. Yeah, I did. I mean, it wasn't up enough to take the short, and then I wasn't anticipating longs jumping into this junk ticker, but here they are. So shorts may be getting squeezed out. 1, 2 holding up a little bit. Oh, BRLS, not bad. ECVT, let's take a look. ECVT. Yeah, I mean, it's in a nice daily trend. ECVT, nice daily trend there, but I like that swing trade idea on it. Not very liquid right now, though. SUNE still hanging out. VWAP trending off of that. AEHR down at VWAP. HURA dead still. Yeah, it's not. We just got to sit here and wait. Look, it's sometimes I will say like around even 10:30, 11, like the Chinese tickers will get going. Let's see what JZXN is doing. JZXN, they'll wake. Oh my God, what a bleeder! See, this was the other predictable play. It was like if volume doesn't come in here, she's fading. Rusty this morning. All right, let's take a look. So 1819 is going to be support. I can't chase this. 19 is going to be like a first profit target area on it. All right, we got a pump. We got something waking up. There we go. QV, is that halted up? Yeah, 420 is the resume. Charlie, what did you do to this market? Are those your 100,000 shares right here? You trying to wake it up? Fades calls it the the Lazarus effect on the markets too. Wake it up. Dude. So these QVC plays were running yesterday too. I don't know if you guys saw that. They just look at yesterday on this play. Yep, traders are bored. They're like, we won't. Look at this yesterday. This sell off, like halt after halt, and then and then reclaim. Oh man, here we go. Charlie. This is what we saw with the QMMM. You remember? So Nas at TTP, he made a killing on this play. It was like a halt down like this. His algo scooped it up, and then the play just went into short squeeze mode where it must have been like a high frequency trading glitch or something because all the shorts just got it. It must have the HFT systems took the short and then they all just got squeezed out. Maybe we see that with something like this. Let's see what QVCGP is going to open up here in just a little bit. QVCGP. Okay, I'm going to put it on trade the pool. We're about to open up right at 408 within 30 seconds. So let's see. I'll see if we can get something. Wake this market up. Goodness. I'm going, just FYI, I'm going small size on anything if I'm trading it. I'll speak on that in a second. But Annie Duke spoke about that in her book, Quit, I think was the name of it. I'll go over that in just a second. All right, we're open. QVC GP. And higher we go. Higher we go. We're going into a. Is this a halt up? Nope, nope, nope. Oh, this is sketch city right here. QVC GP. SUNE dumping down. Is that halt? Okay, we're cracking on SUNE. I'm watching SUNE QVC GP, seeing if SUNE. This is what I was calling for. This crack here, the 220 magic 220. Halting down. QVC GP. Just monitor this because this is high fluctuation on this ticker. Sketch City, and then SUNE. Is this actually QVC? QVCGP. Why is it? I gotta look into this. Why is this a 5-letter? What does the P stand for? Usually that's like a code. If it's a 5th letter, usually that's a code. You don't want to see Q at the end. I think Q is the bankruptcy one. Finally got something to get the blood flowing though. QVCGP. Let's see what she's going to do here because it is waking up small caps to a degree. The volume is pushing into this name, leaving soon at the moment. QVC expands beauty and wellness offerings. That would get this thing pumping, wouldn't it? Expanding their beauty. This thing it's popping up on everyone's scans right now. Oh, FGL's in a halt too. Just saw that one on the halt list. FGL. Oh, it's what? FGL had a ton of buyers step into it after that sell-off. Is that trying to squeeze out shorts now? FGL. I see the resume price at like $12 on that thing. Okay, FGL. Shopify, Carlos. What is she tanking today? Didn't that one do earnings here? 447, Charlie. Yep. I mean, I like it right here for a kind of a short against the highs, but I want to see if volume's going to push into this name first because this is hitting everyone's scans right now. Everyone's getting excited. And it's trading in a dangerous way. This thing's got, on TTP at least, keeps having a 20, 30, 40 cent spread. So you got to size appropriately here. HTLM. HTLM halted up. Okay, I'm going to take a look at HTLM too, but QVCGP selling off right now. If this thing panics down, it's going to go into a halt down, which is going to be sketch city to trade, but I'm just monitoring QVCGP right now. I want to see if it's going to panic down to a halt because yesterday, the reason I'm eyeballing that, yesterday those halts were real fruitful on it. You would see this thing panic and just get capitulated. That HTLM though, I want to review that in just a second. Man, soon volume died off there. There's a seller stepping down QVCGP right now. DBGI opening up at 2, coming up if you guys are able to trade it. I'm all right. HTLM, guys. This thing, look at this, out of left field. This thing's going to resume right around this open price. QVCG. Yeah, tricky name right now. This QVCGP. Really nasty spread on it and a low flow. Okay, here we go higher. Man, this thing is trapping on both sides. This feels like a trappy name. Very trappy name. Let's just monitor the price action. I don't have any bias here. I mean, I could see it getting a nasty squeeze on it. I could see it capitulating down. I just want to monitor price action and trade that. HTLM is about to open up. Yeah, Carlos. It's going to open up right at that level. So let's see what volume's going to do with it. So it halted on light volume, Carlos is saying. It just opened and higher it goes. HTLM, lots of volume coming into it though here. Whoa. I'm going to take a little position with the bulls on HTLM. Wowzers. All right. Now QVCGP might be selling off now. Dude, this is just mob shift 101 right here. QVCGP, yeah, I might have to take the short on this against like 420. We'll see. This thing is really sketch. The price action on it. But Mob Shift 101 says what? You know, they're in the same league essentially, right? They're in the same league. No catalyst HTLM. This is just, it's trying to just wake up the market, is what it seems like. Look, I'm seeing a floor on this thing like 3.9. Floor on this thing 3.9. I mean, likely what does it do? The euphoria into like an upper shadow and it retraces this move. No news. What? Carlos, this is small caps. No news is like the best thing. You really don't want news in small caps. Oh man, because then you get news like, what was that play yesterday? It was like ABP and Goldman Sachs has like a 7% stake in them, and they literally just sold off all day. Oh man, SUNE's been fading. Nice trade with Scalp Watch. Yeah, that crack. God, the QVC took my attention off of that crack, but that was honestly textbook off of really similar to yesterday on JZXN, which that play's been heavy selling off since. QVC still hanging out, formed a lower shadow. And HTLM halted up on 100,000 shares just went through this. Yeah, this is like a key level, as Mr. Doug pointed out. This 4, let's see if this is going to be like Josh's dip strategy, where it's like, look, he looks for the dip and rip on these plays. Yeah, good alerts though, guys. Love the team. We've been on top of all these plays despite how quiet it's been. There has been some good action, just sleepy. AHR Charlie, you catch that under 35? Oh, that's been like such a clean fade. Man, that's been a clean fade. All right, monitoring QVC and HTLM. I'll keep you updated on the resume price and FGL. FGL still wait. FGL is still that play. Oh my god, the reverse split yesterday. QVC headed higher right now. Is it a short trap? Are we gonna wake up, small caps? This QVC price action is so insane. I would be going small on it. HTLM is this an Amex play? Because Amex doesn't show you the actual resumption time, because HTLM is just showing 419 as the resume, which I'll be getting out of this like immediately if that's the case, because I was just looking for this little euphoria. Well, we'll see what it does out of this halt in 15 seconds. Might flip short if this thing panics down. Just FYI, I'm going to follow the price action here. Yeah, I took it off real quick, like 410. A little bit of a loss on it. I didn't want it to open up like right near the close. So that was the idea on it. FGL, you're monitoring, Doug, and then I'm looking. I may take the halt down HTLM. See what this thing does here. Man, it's just we cannot gear up in small caps, but QVC's curling around. QVC curling around. So again, we have the mob shift leaving HTLM, heading over probably to QVC now. Bids are stacking a little bit on the QVC as well. All right, QVC heading up through the highs. It looks like it's about to head through the highs, QVC. HTLM, I am seeing 4, though. I am seeing that one as well. Looks like it's trying to curl back up towards 4. QVC up towards 4.4. Ooh, rejecting hard. Could be a bull trap. I mean, honestly, that's probably the sentiment today, is just bull traps, because that's what we've been seeing left and right. Like nothing is holding up. You got the SUNE to leading that. I'd like to get an all-day runner, but it's just not what we're seeing. There are multiple 100% runners, like Tuna's suggesting. So just monitoring those two plays right now, HTLM, QVC, and they're kind of holding up a little bit. Volume dropping, MACD negative. Carlos, okay. All right. See what the volume's going to do if she's going to keep dropping here up towards this double top. HTLM big bid stacking up, or ask, sorry, meant the ask. Saw on the ask stacking up. Big orders on the ask, keep stacking on HTLM. They might back below 2. You're thinking, Carlos, it's dropping. She's a dropping. Orders keep stacking up here. Yep, they're walking her down. A little bit of a pop right there. QVC, they're walking down too. FGL is still in the halt. That's the only one that's still currently in a halt. AEHR still fading. QVC, tricky name. Popping back up again. This could just be accumulate. Like if this thing accumulates shorts, it's going to wake up the market for tomorrow and Friday. If it's going to get them all comfy and squeeze them out. Got to be careful taking comfortable trades in this market too. I think that's what's been helping me. Like when just waiting, you got to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And as far as the Annie Duke book, I think I mentioned the quit. Here we are, QVC back up towards the highs. When you're in essentially what she was saying is when you're in a drawdown, like that's when you size down, and when you're doing really well, that's when you size up. And mathematically over time, of course, it makes sense on the surface here and that, but we oftentimes don't do that, right? Like most of us will. Human behavior and emotions tell us when we're red, like we got to get that back. And then of course that snowballs out of control where you're sizing up on QVC. 200 day, what you got for the 200 day? HTLM just bleeding back on down right now. FGL still in a, oh, FGL, did that one just resume? FGL resumed at $13. FGL, guys, is going into another halt. Oh boy. FGL going into another halt. Whoa. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at QVC to FGL. I'm seeing a 1665 resumption. Patience, guys. Patience. 16 resume, 1578. We'll see. 1450. She's coming down. The FGL is going to provide a decent trade, though, on the short side once that thing comes down. Yeah, Doug, I went real small too because I don't trust it this high up. Anyways, it's the resume price is coming down, so we'll see. I want the short down though. I think when this thing opens up at a certain point, it's going to provide an excellent short down. In which case, those are the heavier ones I like to get involved with because you remember seeing that on Kelly B when it crossed that 100 and it shot straight down into a hole and opened up like 20, 30 points lower. All right, QVC up through the highs, guys. Yeah, FGL's even. We'll see. That was like a 20-minute halt. Whoa, that was out of nowhere. Yeah, yeah. So far, I've taken a couple paper cuts today. I'm not down. I'm down, but not much at all. I think the trade that's setting up that could make for a nice green day is that FGL on selling pressure down. But again, this thing could go up to 25 in the interim. So I don't mind playing the irrationality, but I want to once selling pressure starts coming into that name, I want to be ready for it. I'll size that a little heavier. What a morning, though, guys. I think we're all over it, though. We're all over the plays, and it's about execution. Are we executing well, or are we sitting on our hands too, being patient? Because you guys may have seen some gurus out there taking max loss days yesterday. And again, it's like not hating on them. I'm just saying, like, yesterday was that kind of a day where it's a tough. Yesterday was a tough market. So if you were even in Trade the Pools chat room, I was saying if you're green, break even, small red, like it's fine because that was a hard day. QVC is getting the range, so this is setting itself up for a decent trade. I am okay if I short this because the whole market's short, and then I take a red trade and it just squeezes up all day. I want there to be a squeezer. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for there to be another LW because obviously this volatility is where we make the money. All right, up towards 5 QVC. Over 5. QVC is going to provide a really good setup. It's got a pretty chart on it, but this thing is going to end in annihilation. But I hope in the interim we see $6, $7, $8. Wake up this market a little bit. FGL, if it's a 5-minute halt, we're resuming in about 30 seconds. So I got to have my eyes on over there for a second because, again, that's the trade I'm eyeballing. I don't mind riding a long in the interim, but again, the short is where I think there's going to be some money to be made. So I'll flip short likely on FGL when we see a ton of panic here. But this is for educational purposes only. Trade at your own risk. Green on QVC going long in 7 seconds. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. FGL open and got quite a spread on it right now. So the long, no good, but the short could be profitable here. Eyeballing that. What a gap on that play, though. That first halt. QVC 5.7s. Oh my God, QVC 5.7s. Man, I just missed that. I'm honestly okay not taking a long up into that, though, because I don't think it's going to sustain. Again, I hope it does, but yeah, so FGL taking the L there, but I'm looking for the halt down on that play. QVC, I'm seeing a resumption 575 right now. Monitoring FGL right now. 575 is open QVC, and then HTLM in the 3.3s. So that one's been heavy too. QVC is going to provide a good trade, guys. I think she's going to provide a good trade. Again, the really nice pattern here, but can it sustain? Can it sustain? Open price QVC now right at 573. FGL just hanging out there. On light to no volume. Had a gap between 492, 572. As many levels stacked together with a gap between 592, 621. Yeah, I like that. Let's take a look. 592. Yeah, 62 is pretty good. I mean, look, this thing. We could see some irrationality here. We certainly could. It's where all eyes are right now. HTLM, though, is one I'd like to monitor too for backside. $60 seconds on QVC, 60-second resume time. HTLM's getting some lower shadows, though. The 3.2, Magic 3.2, 20-cent level there. We got to monitor that. But yeah, she just pulled right back under her 200-day moving average right now, HTLM. So that was good. All right. Let's see. 15 seconds, QVC. See what she's going to do here. Three, two, one. All right, we're open. Oh my God. This is the wild, wild west, my friends. I'm going to take a small short. Small. Just scale it towards even that 6.5. I think like 6.5. On QVC, that's what I'm going to do. See if it's going to profit take here. Start getting some buyers stepping in. Traders want to get back to the market that we had, but we just haven't been, you know. We certainly could. I want to see that what 6.5 is going to do. Here we go, up towards 6. All right, hit it just a little bit more. The average right under 6 right now. Beat mode, beat mode. Yeah, she's definitely in beast mode right now. See what she's going to do over the 6, if it's going to sustain or we're going to be an over-under kind of idea here. I think I'm going to give it some risk here. I think I'm going to give it like shorten into this euphoria. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more risk. Maybe $150, $200. The 584 average on the short right now. If I'm looking to hit it again up towards like 6.5. Really, this thing moves fairly quickly, so probably a little higher than that, like 7-ish. Here we go. Yep. The bids are stepping in. I didn't get the last hit yet. Just monitoring the action on it. Slow scale's the idea with this market. But again, I'm okay with the loss if this thing's going to wake up this market. But the market's been saying it ain't happening. All right, a little pullback. Let's see if that's just going to be a dip and rip. $699 we've hit so far. Starting to, yeah, bids keep coming. They want to wake up the market. Let's see what we're going to do here. Next level, Charlie. Yeah, I'm going to give it over under 7. I've been slow scaling it like 50 shares. So I'm going to give it over under 7. But we just tapped the 200-day moving average. Oh, that's a beautiful indicator there. Yeah, 7 is the 200-day moving average. 7 is exactly the 200-day. And HTML did just that. It literally tapped the 200-day and pulled back under it. So we see that often. So I'm going to have to really, okay, that is an indicator I use pretty reliably. It's not a complete science, but it is 7. It is right at 7. So oftentimes we will get a pop like over that 7 level. And the retracement, but it's already kind of tapped it. So let's see. I'm gonna give it the over under. Does keep trying to buy up right here. This is definitely supply area though. You guys see the volume uptick. This is where they're getting their supply. This is not the demand zone. This is where they're getting their supply at. Let's monitor these levels though. Important levels here. That's 7, very important. Over under that's going to be what I'm really paying attention to. Yeah, we keep seeing the lower shadows down into the 5/8s. Keeps buying up right there. 699 has hit. This is where all eyes are right now. Hmm. No news up from 247 we hit. These are ones that I tend to like need to just set the stop and walk away because, you know, with no news, of course you can keep running, but Tuna, I got your message. Well, monitoring this trade right now, but I'll get to that. Thank you for sharing that access. All right. We have orders stacking on the ask. Let's see if we break under this, though, because we keep seeing lower shadows here. Yeah, it keeps popping up right there. Let's see what we're going to do right in this 5/8 area. It's squeezing tight, kind of tight together right here. If this thing, what I'm thinking is if we dump, I'm likely going to, if we do get a halt down, I'll probably be hitting it again, but I want to see these 5/8. I'm monitoring the price action because if it keeps buying up right here, I might just take it off, like get out of it a little earlier than the 7 level. All right, 5/7s. Okay, are we panicking? 5/7/3, 5/7/1, 5/6, 5/7. So I want to see if we're going to buy up here or panic down. Last thing I want is a fake down breakdown and trap shorts and then squeeze it higher. I'll be out of it if that's going to happen. Even though I still like that 7 level, but I could re-enter. I could re-enter on that. Yeah, here we go. Back. Oh, God. I'm going to try not to put too much significance on every little up and down tick. The last thing I want is to be in a short trap. Set a fib level right now. Oh, that thing almost got down to 5.5 and then popped right there. How are you guys doing today? NCI halted up, random volume on NCI. I haven't given up on a green day, but it is slightly red right now. QVC is either going to help or make that worse. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of liquidity sweeps. You can't oversize it. I think that's been the theme of this market too, Charlie. Like anyone oversized on anything is going to get swept. They're gonna find you and sweep you. Dang, squeeze or higher. Yeah, the 7 level is what I'd like to monitor, but do I want to ride it all the way up there? Or take it off, get a re-entry. A good rule of thumb too is traders like I just don't see this. I don't see it sustaining, but of course I'm not going to let my trade that way. It's up on nothing. So a good rule of thumb is, of course, we just went over the don't over leverage, but pick out where you want your entry and exit to be and put your entry at your exit. Like, for example, the 7 is a great over under like stop on this. So that's probably a really good entry. So rather than getting in early, like maybe I did, set your entry. And if it gets there, it gets there. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? It's usually a good rule of thumb. NCI, yeah, I saw that haul. It's going to resume at the same price. It looks like I'm still rocking a 584 average on this QVC short, but yeah. I think it's trappy. It's trappy. Charlie pointed that out. I do think it's a little. And again, if they turn this into the play of the day and it wakes up small caps, I'll be okay with it. What defines us as traders is being able to how you handle a red day and red trades. That's what defines you. Everybody can take a green trade. Everybody can get lucky with green trades. What defines you is what you do with the red trades, red days. And I haven't had one in a week and a half. So I'll take a small one if it's the case. Bankrupt. Oh, okay. Bankruptcy news. Thank you, Charlie. No wonder this thing is squeezing higher. This is how small caps work. You're going bankrupt. This is a bargain price. This is a bargain price on this bankrupt company. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carlos, nailed it. This is the supply right here. These are breakout traders saying this thing's going higher, and this is an exit for a lot of. Okay, here we go higher, QVC. Well, the 7 is the key level for me. Over under. I'll hit it again up here, but that level is what's important to me. Oh, big dump, big dump. 620, 630. That's a liquidity sweep. Charlie mentioned it, and that's going to be hard to recover, but let's see what they do with it. This thing could panic off of that liquidity sweep. I don't want it to reclaim that. I really don't want it to reclaim that. That's a level I want it to stay heavy under. This thing may halt down after that. I'm eyeballing it real carefully here because I don't want it to reclaim that. I did hit it a little bit more up there. Oh man, what a beauty. Honestly, a perfect lesson on put your entries at where your stop's going to be. I shouldn't be too like you just got to do that because most people have their stops up there. That's where the liquidity is, and they know that. They know that's where the liquidity is. Good call on that, Charlie. I really don't want it to reclaim that level, man. Majority of the time will not. I'm gonna monitor this carefully because it reclaims that. I'm done with it. For now. For now. For now. Good lord. See what 7's going to do over under that 714. Done for the day, Carlos. Good work. Good work on the day. Yeah, appreciate that. Good community here. Yeah, I love the community. Love it, love it. Appreciate you guys. Wow, it hit that 714, retraced the whole move, and climbed back up. Not a good look. Not a good look. Might take it off here. That 714 is my level. The 200 day is really it for me. I mean, 701. I want it to stay heavy over under 7. Like, I'm not going to let it hold 7. Holding 7 is going to be bad. Creeping back up towards the 7 right now. Insanity. I got a 6.4 average right now. 6.4 average and over under the 7's really it for me. Tickers can be irrational longer than we can be solvent. That goes the quote. Man. Now she might get up towards that 10, the 750 break. Right. Squeezing right now. About to take it off. I just infinite squeeze. No pullback. All right, I'm done with it. I took a couple $100 loss on that. Not terrible considering the last week and a half, but I'm not going to fight to get it back. Probably stopped out right at the top. Just looking for this pullback, kind of like it's given right now. $7.7 popping up. Yeah, it is what it is. QVC going bankrupt, spiking to new highs. It's probably a good entry point right here. But I'm not going to trade it. That would be revenge trading. Definitely getting their liquidity, though. What's anything else been doing, guys? As far as SUNE's been heavy. FGL, HTLM. Yeah, nothing else is going on. AHR reclaimed the 35. Still only one trade, Emmanuel. Nice. Good work. Yeah, it's one of those days. Shouldn't push it. Gave that one too much room. Wasn't really feeling it either. Down 300 on the day. Yeah, that's too much, though. With that trade, it's too much. There she goes. It's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be a stop right at the top. 8. Literally stopped at like 8. I hate stopping into the euphoria. That's why I'm like waiting for a pullback. I like the size euphoria. Scale out is what it is. It happens. I'm gonna do a quick review real quick of everything else moving. QVC GP pulling on back right now. That's really what everybody's been focused on. So halting down. Very large sell-off, but not. I don't see a halt down happening. Halt down would be massive on this thing, probably. Literal top tick. Oh, God. Here we go. To watch this thing free fall back to earth after top ticking it. Is it easy to borrow where you guys are at? NCI is headed straight up too, guys. NCI is in play. Absolute idiot. I cannot believe a top takes that. Okay, easy to borrow on Weeble. All right, that's some insight. Let's see if it's going to stay backside here or if it's going to hold like this 6.2 is a key level on it now. 6.2. It's forming that upper wick now, guys, on the daily, right above the 200-day moving average. It's usually that's exactly what the other play did that was moving with that whatever. HTLM did exactly that. Big upper wick over the 200 and back down under it. But 6.2 is going to be that level. I want to see if it's going to be backside from there. Of course, it's going to be challenging to recover that. NCI catching some bids. Yeah, I saw that one gearing up. NCI went into a halt, opened up, snapped, and then yeah, she's been climbing back up. NCI. And QVCGP starting to lose a little steam here. The 6.2 is an area. Okay, NCI is going up. Good call, Tuna. It's through the highs right there. NCI about to halt. I don't know where the halt level is on it, but yeah, those little dollar plays, they halt quick. Man, I just had scaled this funded account too. Starting off a little red on it. So I got to the 2,500 profit last week. And then they took their 30%. So it just opened up where I could lose about $1,800 of that's pretty much my money now. $1,800 moves on to the next like segment of it, if you will. And I just gave back a decent chunk of that. We'll be good though. Gotta stay focused, sharp. Want to keep growing and scaling it. That's been my bigger L though on this account. All right, NCI up to 165.6. QVCGP pulling back down into the low sixes. Oh, that's so challenging to stomach a top tick. It's normally what sends me into the most tilt is exactly that. You got to stop out though. I mean, you got to over under 7 was the level. Went all the way up to 8. NCI 164. Let's take a look left on NCI. Oh, NCI's got a lot of resistance. 175 all the way up to 220. A lot of upper shadows too. Yeah, NCI, that one's got a lot of resistance overhead. Oh, QVC. I think I'm going to cry. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, guys, this chart. POS, UQVC. I'm never watching you again. Never watched you in the first place. All right, Emmanuel, I'll tell you, I stopped out of it. This is why I'm fighting my frustration right now. Let me tell you exactly. I stopped out at $8.03. I hate stopping out in the euphoria too, but I'm like, oh my god, like I have to. I mean, over under 7 was that. It held 7 longer than I was anticipating it would. Held it the thing longer than I should have, regardless. Wasn't patient enough. All right, NCT. I'm gonna stop complaining about it for now. NCI was NCI at 1/8. 1/8. No, tuna. I don't do that. I don't do that all the time. I was green all last week and green Monday, Tuesday, taking good setups. But yeah, I mean, exactly what we spoke about is what happened there. Put your entry like at and near your stop where that would be, and that was a good liquidity zone. Yeah, when it's ETB like that, better not to chance it. Yeah, it's all good. Just a little aggravated. Top ticking is what irritates me to no end. NCI, is that ETB at Weeble? NCI? Because I'm thinking about hitting this one. Looking at the levels on it, NCI. Yeah, this is a beautiful chart. NCI. It's pulling back. Emmanuel, you're getting calls for loans now. That's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I get these messages from like, hey, it's Donald Trump Jr. Okay, let me opt out. I don't know how they got my number for this. I got to focus though on only taking the best setups with this funded account moving forward. Because again, this is like whatever it is, like 1,500 of my money now that I can withdraw, and I kind of want to withdraw it, but I gotta wait 10 days. Oh yeah, as in I don't want to lose it. Essentially, I think there's a floor for me on this mentally. I'm up 1,800. I could withdraw. If I go, I think if I lose, if I have another day like today, I'm just gonna withdraw 1,000. I think. I mean, I definitely don't want to blow it, not pay myself anything. So there's this psychological discussion, traders, on like if you should build a buffer in an account, or if you should kind of always keep your back against the wall. And look, I'm on the side potentially of keep your back against the wall because I've seen it time and time again. People grow accounts, and then even like today, I probably gave that ticker more wiggle room than I needed to. But you get a little loose, if that makes sense. Like you start loosening the reins a little bit, and you take bigger losses. So if you if you keep your back against the wall, like the losers you keep tight with, and the winners you let run, like I don't know. It's just conversation topic right there. Is should you just pay yourself, keep your back against the wall? Don't something I consider. Thinkorswim's what I use. Welcome to the chat, by the way. MP on the I trade in with a funded account over at Trade the Pool. But I utilize Thinkorswim for my charting. That's what's on screen right now. Don't forget Fat In. Yeah, I know. Fat In. I'm gonna review some tickers and then oh my god, I cannot. I got to rinse today out of my brain. I mean, review what I did wrong, of course. Started a little early. QVC should have invalidated and then restart and then God, this chart's gonna drive me freaking insane. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. I got to figure out so we got the call-in show over at Trade the Pool tomorrow. We'll figure out what the topic's going to be. Maybe it should be on something like this. Put your stops at your entry and your entry at your stops. We'll talk about it. NCI higher right now, guys. NCI is higher. I like all the upper wicks I'm seeing. I really like 220. 220 is really good on this. Shoot, I think I have to take a short here. Yeah, I'm going to start scaling a short up towards. Actually, you know what? 220, I'm going to put a big order. I'm going to scale NCI short. I like the 220 a lot. We'll see what it does right here because it's already seeing selling pressure off of that first initial smack I just put on it. QVC has lost all steam, guys. I mean, it has lost all freaking steam. It's at 540, 539. It's getting slammed down, traders. And then NCI, I ended up hitting that one maybe at the top. I might size it if we're just going to panic down on it. Nope. NCI back up to 1.9s. Headed towards 2. NCI headed towards 2. I'm going to hit it again at like 220. I like the 220s. Again, you got to be careful oversizing any of these tickers because they keep doing these liquidity sweeps like Charlie was talking about. Two is a good level though, and I may set a stop up there like 2.3 and just walk away because I can see this thing back at like $1.40 or something later today. What we notice is just a lot of upper wicks on the past chart history. But this thing did just put in like that 52-week low. It's almost like a dead cat bounce kind of algo trigger that she's putting in or something. She just hit all-time lows. But traders, any questions you guys have before we wrap it up here? I'm just working NCI again. Orders, I'm putting orders in this all the way like 220 is a key level for me. I'm monitoring on it. QVC looks like it's getting walked down. I mean, it seriously looks like it's just getting walked down. Like, is this thing just going to completely round trip? Halt down, go to $5. Ship. NCI higher again, 220. All right, I'm gonna monitor the action on NCI, but outside of that, traders, I'm gonna go hang out with the wifey. She's off. We're gonna get some lunch. Red day today. We'll be back tomorrow for some more green action. I jinxed it today. Hope you guys did well. Hope you were green, staying safe in this market environment. Outside of that, traders, best of luck throughout the day. Embrace the risk, accept the results per usual. We'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning.